Hello, and welcome to episode 27 of the Mel-Tran Designs podcast. I'm your host, Melissa, also known as Anansi on Ravelry, and on Plurk, I'm Mel-Tran Designs. Today is Tuesday, June 18th, 2013. It's not Thursday, or even Wednesday. I managed to record on a Tuesday, partially because I have to. I have some stuff coming up this week, and I won't be around Thursday at all, and I'm pretty sure I'll be busy tomorrow. So I thought, you know what? The girls are gone. I'm going to record really quick. They're gone because they have an art camp at school this week. It's the first year they've done it, and yeah, anyway, so that's what they're doing. Let's jump right into it. Well, first of all, before we jump into it, welcome to any new viewers, and welcome back to old viewers. I hope you enjoy our time together. Okay, happenings this week. On Friday night, my cousin got married, and it was a nice wedding. We had to be there like 2 hours early because, you know, when you're family, you have to be in pictures and all that kind of stuff. But I took lots of food for the kids, and the church where it was held, you know, had a gym, and so they were running around and screaming and yelling, and they didn't have to be well behaved for very much of the time. So anyways, that was fun. Got to see family. People came, you know, in from out of town and stuff like that. So that was Friday night. And then Saturday, since everyone was here, we did Father's Day over at my grandparents' house, and just ate and hung out. Nothing fancy, but it was fun. Saturday morning, I forgot to put this in my notes, and I knew there was something I was forgetting, and I got smart. My show notes are right there on my computer screen. They're right below you. That way I don't have to look down at, you know, a piece of paper or whatever. I don't know why I wasn't smart enough to think of this before, but whatever. Anyway, Saturday morning, Jake competed in his very first bike race, and he was going to do the 50 mile because the furthest he had gone before that was 40 miles. And so he didn't want to, you know, didn't want a chance getting hurt and all that kind of stuff because he hadn't built up to the 100 miles, and so he was going to do the 50. Well, my dad suggested, you know, hey, since it costs the same amount no matter which length you do, which isn't normal, let's register for the 100 so we can start earlier in the morning, and then we can turn off at 50 or 62, which is called a metric century because it's a kilometer, or 100 kilometers, or 75, or finish the 100, but they would have that option. So Jake went ahead and did that. He did the 100. He rode 100 miles, which I looked it up, and for those of you who are on the metric system, that's 162 kilometers. It took him 6.5 hours of riding time, 7.5 hours total because they have stopping stations, refueling stations. I'm so proud of him. I mean, I just can't even describe how proud of him I am. Yeah, so he's going to do some tweaks to his bike, change the level of his seat and his handlebars. He had someone who came up behind him and kind of observed him, and she gave him some pointers. She and her husband and Jake ended up riding the last, I don't know, 25 miles together or something. Anyway, so yeah, so that was a very, very exciting. And then Sunday was Father's Day. We didn't do anything in particular. If there are any of you who happen to be fathers, had Father's Day a couple days late, you're very much appreciated. Yeah, we went to church, and then pretty much just hung out, cleaned up a little bit. Jake took the, I was going to say the kids, but Eli stayed here. Jake took the girls for a short, just a 5-mile bike ride. It was suggested to him that the day after, go for a short, leisurely ride just to keep your body moving and things like that, and then take a couple days off. So yesterday and today he's not doing any riding. Today he's actually taking his bike in to get it tweaked. So, and then yesterday, Monday, I had a photo shoot with my uncle who's in town. He has a professional grade camera, and some of the pictures for my patterns, just, they were okay, but with how competitive Ravelry is with over 300,000 patterns, you can't have pictures that are just okay. So I asked him if he would be willing to do a photo shoot with me for some of my designs. I didn't redo any of the free patterns, and I didn't do the Like a Diamond beanie hat set, but I did, but I did everything else, including my new pattern. So I think I will be putting pictures at the end. I haven't decided because they're pretty big. He has it on like the highest resolution, so that way you can blow it up really big or condense it down to a 4x6, and it won't get pixelated whichever way you go. So I think adding them in to this podcast would probably make the file size just so huge that it would take way longer than it already does to upload to YouTube. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out the best way. I might play with the pictures a little bit and see if I can crop them down, copies of them obviously, so that they're not quite so large. Anyway, I'll play with it. If there's stuff at the end, then there's stuff. I might try and even just put a couple pictures. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So stay tuned and find out what I decide to do. It's hard to know what happens in the future. So anyways, that was a lot of fun. Moving on to coming up, Zombie Apocalypse is 2 days from today. Like half an hour ago, 2 days from now, I will have landed in Minneapolis and will be with my friends. I'm so excited. So excited. So I have not finished packing. I've started packing. I don't know if I can use the bag that I was wanting to, but I have another piece of luggage that I can use. It's not a big deal, but there's one bag in particular that I really was wanting to use that I don't know if they'll let me, and I don't want to chance it, especially with it being at like 4:45 in the morning. Who wants to have to use their brain that early in the day? I mean, who wants to be up at that time of day, let alone be using brain power? So
babies are peeing and they're making, and that's how they're making a rainbow.
oh, okay. Eli, you let me record, okay? It's okay. He's telling me about the movie he's watching. So anyways, I have started to at least put my stuff together though, because there are some very specific things that I cannot forget. If I forget an extra t-shirt, they have stores there that I can go buy a shirt. If I forget pants, which I mean I'll have pants on, but you know, just saying. If I forget things like that, I can easily go buy them. This other stuff that I want to take, I can't. Just go buy. I still have not blocked my shawls. So I should probably do that, like, I don't know, today, to make sure they get nice and dry, which they will, because the climate here is extremely dry. I checked the humidity yesterday or the day before, and it was like 11%. So all of you who live in humid climates, yep. I definitely don't. So stuff here dries quite well. Yeah, And let's see what else is coming up. Tour de Fleece is from June 29th to July 21st, and I've been talking about that, but if you're new and you don't know what that is, if you are a spinner, no matter what your experience level, you can join it. It goes during the same time as the Tour de France, and yeah, you just spin. You can join a team. Actually, you can join multiple teams in the Tour de Fleece group on Ravelry, so go look that up. After that, during that, the Even Star Knit Along will kick off on July 1st, and like I said before, I'm not going to be able to start necessarily on July 1st. Well, I guess if I was able to apply some stuff together. Anyway, it turns out that my Even Star is going to be out of hand spun. Some rainbow fiber that I got from Fiber Nymph. Eli, please, no, you need to stop. Yeah, I'll show that next time. The fiber, or when it gets closer to time. Then after that, we have another knit along that's a shorter one, because the Even Star knit along is pretty much July 1st until whenever, because people might come in later, or people might want to take a year to finish. Do whatever you want. It's just a way for us to talk to each other and get help or suggestions or input or whatever. This piece of hair keeps blowing in the wind that my ceiling fan is creating. All right. Then lastly, the Knit with Your Hand Spun Along. Hand Spun Knit Along, I guess, is going to be from August 1st to September 30th. The reason for that is because Tour de Fleece gets over July 21st. And I figured that we would all have at least some hand spun added to our stash, or if you've just started spinning, it might be your first hand spun added to your stash. And so this is a knit along to knit whatever you want with hand spun. It doesn't even have to be your hand spun. If you watch this and you're like, I don't want to spin, I have no interest in that, I don't need another hobby, that's fine too. If you have a friend that does, or if you can buy some from someone, that's fine too. It's just knitting with hand spun. And I have the prize that I didn't put in the thread from last week because I'm a slacker. My friend gave me the prize though, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it out so that you don't have to see all the reflections on it. This is from Raven Ridge Fiber Arts, hand painted combed top. It's 85% Polworth and 15% Tussa silk, and the colorway is called Blue Spruce. You can see that it has all of these different blues and some greens. It's very, very pretty. That's showing up a little more blue on the screen than it really is. Maybe, I wonder. I tried this one other time to get the blue cast off of there. I don't know if that changed it at all. I turned the brightness down on my screen so it wasn't emitting so much blue. So anyways, this is one of the prizes. I'm also going to have a bag from Haley, who is Hale's Knits. Knits. Sorry, Haley. I don't remember if there's an S yet. I think there is. Anyway, so this will be a prize, and her bag will be a prize as well. There's no minimum size as to what you make, especially, when you're a beginner, you might only get 60 or 70 yards. Find a pattern that you can make. I have one that you can purchase. That's the Weekend Retreat neck wrap. It's a $3 pattern. It's just a little wrap that goes around your neck with a braided cable down the middle of it. It's very basic, very simple, looks amazing in hand spun. I know because I have one in hand spun. And then there's also, things like a monster chunk, or a bunny chubby chirp, or a bunny. It's not called a bunny chunk, I don't think. They're free little patterns by Rebecca Danger. There's the owl, the little owl. Anyway, there are lots of things that you can do with even a small amount of hand spun. So I encourage you to join me for that. All right. Into the knitting content. Are you ready to see? I'm going to show you my finished objects first because I want to. Just switching it up a little bit this week. So if you'll remember last week, I was working on my new pattern design that I'm working with Lisa Fiber Nymph. We're collaborating. So I finished my second mitt. So now I have 2 mitts that mirror each other. They not only mirror each other with the cable, but you can also see that they have the mirrored colors. These are called her inversibles, which means they're the same 2 colors, but they're the inverse of each other. So there's that up close. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love this pattern. You'll see how much I love it when you see my works in progress. The other thing I finished is something that was not on the needles. When my uncle agreed to do the photo shoot with me, I wanted to have new pictures of the royal iris done. And I don't have one in the base, in the Sassy Sheet base, because I gave it away to my friend. So I whipped up another one. Do you remember the yarn that I got from Mel-Tran, the Tropics color, so I could make her a new one for her shop sample? Here it is. I started this on Saturday night, finished it on Sunday night, and I am so in love with the colors. The yarn is amazing too. It's merino cashmere silk, and it is luscious and soft and wonderful to knit with. And there's the hat. You can see there's a little bit of slouch. This one, this yarn in particular, it really blocks out. And so I actually just soaked this hat and then laid it down to block it because it relaxes so much just on its own. So yeah, I just laid it down like this and then flipped it over. So anyway, there's the other one. I didn't say what size needles and stuff this was knit on. This was knit on a 1 and 3, which is a 2.25 and 3.25 millimeter. It's with fingering weight yarn, 16-inch needles. Well, yeah, is what I used. Cool. These were knit on a 1.5 for the ribbing and a 3 for the body, and this is also fingering weight yarn. And like I said, this is the Fiber Nymph Dye Works, and this is her bounce base, which is a merino nylon blend.
It's 10, 10, 10, 12, 10,
11.
10, 11, and 10, 12.
Yep. All right, so works in progress. As the Stockinette Zombies would say, I have a hoe. I have a half-finished object. You ready for it? Are you sure? I don't think you are. Bam! That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I love me some Fiber Nymph, and I love me some Cursed Cable Mitts. Seriously, I'm so in love with this pattern. And I had this yarn already. This is Bounce Base again, and this is her Good and Plenty colorway. I wanted to see, not only see, but show how it looks in a regular self-striping. And then, of course, I'll be making a pair out of some solid yarn that I don't have yet. So I think I might have to hit Lisa up and say, hey, I need some solid yarn so I can make a 3rd pair. Just saying. Heck, I'll just hit her shop. She probably has something there already. And this second one is this far. The cable, oh, that's not going to work. I'll just leave this wrapped around. The cable has had one repeat of it moving, so you can't tell because it hasn't really moved yet. So anyways, I'm hoping to finish this before I leave for the retreat. If not, I'll just be taking it with me. So, yep. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Seriously. So in love with this pattern. All right. Moving along. And that covers my designing section as well, because that's all I've been working on. I have things noodling around in my brain, and yeah, that's about all so far. I haven't started working on anything. I need to get this pattern typed up and out to testers and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so that's designing. I've had no spinning. So we're going to move into acquisitions and then be done. I didn't receive anything knitting related for acquisitions, but a knitter made the things that I acquired. I got another, my Wolf Farms order that I put in. So excited about it. I got another bottle of the cherry almond, turn it that way, cherry almond hand and body lotion. I'm going through this stuff like crazy. It dried out from the winter, and this stuff just soaks in. And I said it last time too when I reviewed it, my body just soaks the lotion in. I mean, so I'm putting it on more than I used to put on other lotion, but I feel like it's actually moisturizing my skin. This piece of hair is seriously driving me crazy, you guys. I'm going to pull it out. Actually, I'm going to put it on the other side there and make it disappear. Did it disappear? It keeps catching my eye because it was longer than the rest. You know how that goes? Anyway, things, whatever. So, yeah, I am totally addicted to their stuff. And, yeah, and I even got a coupon in my box. So excited. So, got that. I also ordered a 4-pack sample set. Let's see if I can actually hold these. Of these little, I think they're 1 ounce. Yeah, they're 1 ounce size. And they're great for 2 reasons. One, you can try out some of their scents for cheap, and if you don't like it, it's a small enough amount you can either give it as a gift or throw it away if you really wanted to. I wouldn't do that. I'd find somebody that liked it. But I'm just saying, you're not in it enough financially that you feel obligated to use it even if you don't like it. Plus, I wanted something that I could put in I want to have one in my knitting bag and one in my purse and then have a couple extra. So the 4 scents I got were blueberry, and if you notice, the color of the label matches the flavor. It's awesome. So this is blueberry, and this is To Hatch a Peach. Love this one. Watermelon. Oh. And green apple. I love them all. Like, for me, peach kind of jumps out a little more than the others, but I really, really, really love them all. So I actually took these over to my friend's house last night to let her smell them. She gave me some money to order lotion that I don't have it to show you because I gave it to her last night. And, oh, this needs to go back in my bag. And I let her smell them, and she wants to get a 4-pack like this as well now. So I will definitely be using that coupon code, Dawn. By July 31st. I don't even think I'll be able to wait that long. I'm so addicted to their stuff. I also got, my cat was trying to get it. some mint chapstick, lip balm. I'm addicted to their lip balm. I have one right here that I keep in my knitting bag that is the mango papaya. I got both of these for free because they were having their deals where they would, this one was a new flavor and so it was free, and then this one was, because they had added all their new flavors, then they said you can try any for free. Bam! And I love mint chapstick. So now I have one for my purse and one for my knitting bag, or whichever way. You know what I really like to do with theirs? I'll put my lipstick on, like when I'm wearing makeup, and then I'll put this on over it, and it not only holds my lipstick on really well, my lips don't dry out, because the stuff that I use, it doesn't, for me, it doesn't matter what lipstick I use, my lips dry out. And lip gloss just makes me feel all weird. But the stuff is awesome. So anyway, there's a little plug. And I just remembered that I had these. See, I had my bag here for a reason. When I went to my friend's house last night, she gets the magazine, Simply Knitting. Isn't that what it's called? The one that's from the UK, Simply Knitting. Anyway, it usually comes with fun little things. And this time it came with these. They're called cute novelty buttons. And that's what they are. They're cute novelty buttons. There's bumblebees and ladybugs. And she didn't have any use for them. So she asked me if I wanted them. And I said, yeah, I have 2 little girls. Of course I do. Well, and the bumblebees could be for Eli too. But anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I'm happy to have them. So I think that's everything I have for you. Next time I record, I will, well, next time I record at home, obviously, I will have already done my trip. Next week, the recording won't be until Thursday because I'm gone until like 11:45 on Wednesday night. I'm still debating on if I want to take my laptop. I haven't decided. I want to take it. I haven't decided if I will, if I want to hassle with it. But I want to record while I'm at the retreat. So I'll most likely take it. I wish I was driving, to be totally honest. But anyway. So yes, that is all I have for you. I'm at 27.5 minutes. Yay! Have a great week, and I hope all of your spinning and knitting dreams come true. And I hope everything works out for you and works well and you don't have to do too much ripping out or tinking back. Anyway, until next week, keep knitting. Bye!